I've interviewed over 50 different C-suite executives, from CEOs, CMOs, CROs, you name it, and asked them what they felt was their largest challenge to creating long-term sustainable growth. 72% of the answers have been internal challenges. And as I'm listening to you, I think those internal challenges are all symptoms of exactly what you're talking about. They may cloak it in misalignment, right, as an internal challenge, lack of core decision making, right, siloed data, and all kinds of things. But when it really comes down to it is we haven't fixed the dysfunction that would put all of that on course, right?
Yep.
And so I'm going to ask you this question in terms of, I think we understand clearly how important this is, but I would like to ask you on your idea of scale of 1 to 10, fixing this dysfunction inside of any organization. Where would you put that on the scale of 1 to 10 in importance? 1, it's not important at all. We could care less. Let's move on to something else, right? 10, it's vital. It's critical.
It is the most critical part of an organization functioning, has to be the top priority. And leaders who tiptoe around these agendas will never solve for it. And I think what I've seen in my own experience is that people have the right intentions. Everybody wants to do the right thing, but are they accountable enough? Are they passionate enough to drive these agendas? And I think sometimes we assume that our leadership knows it all. We know that they have the right visibility to the right problems. And what I have seen is that they know the problems, but not the gravity at which the problems are. And it's us not doing the right job of bringing that exact visibility. What I've seen in my experience is that when I worked with C-level, when I brought the right level of visibility to these issues and these agendas as a support leader to them, the way they enabled things to happen and the kind of success that we created was phenomenal. So it's just the right level of visibility. And for that, you have to be a truth teller. For that, you have to get into constructive confrontation. But then management has to enable such problem solvers. You need to empower problem solvers. You need to empower critics. It's like super important, right? If you dismiss what you see and you don't want to see it because you don't want to tackle it, or you want to live in that illusion of comfort of everything is all right, it's just the macroeconomic conditions, then you can't solve for it. So self-awareness, I don't know if you read the book from Andy Grove on Only the Paranoid Survive.
No, but I love the title.
Yeah, it is. It is about, you have to do brutal self-assessment to survive as an organization, right? So it requires you to always seek the truth, creating that culture of truth, seeking truth, knowing your hard truths, having those conversations. So it's really important. And I feel that support can play a great role. Support does disservice when support does not understand that they sit at that junction where they have visibility of almost a reflection of customer experience at customer end. Support knows it all because they sit at the front line and they have a great view of all that's broken, right? So I feel that's the role that a support leader must play. And there's power in that.